What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Bottle Girl Diaries. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm your host, Cindy. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you to our loyal subscribers and viewers. We definitely couldn't have done this without you. Right now, I'm trying to breathe life back into the channel, and I can't do that without you guys. So, you know the drill. Let's keep it cute before we get started, and click that subscribe button below so you can stay up to date on our latest episodes and what's coming next. So we are gonna do something a little bit different today. I'm gonna get ready while I answer some of the questions that you guys have sent in. So kind of a little get ready with me and Q&A, but I'm not gonna be like breaking down my products. So maybe we can do that on a later episode. This is my first time doing this, so bear with me. Which I know you guys will, because you guys are so kind and so great to me. So let's go ahead and dive right into today's episode. P.S. I am making something in the oven, so I may have to take a quick little break and then I'll come back. So I'm actually about to start getting ready for our Halloween weekend. It's a 3-day weekend, and we have 2 nights of free dress, so we can wear whatever we want. And then the theme at the venue that I work at is Alice in Wonderland. It's kind of like a dark Alice in Wonderland, which I think is super cute. So I got me a bunny and a Mad Hatter costume. And obviously, I know that like Halloween is a fun event to see all the costumes people come up with, whether it's like funny or like slutty. But I will definitely show you guys some of the looks that we have, and I'll try to get some behind the scenes for you this weekend at work, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and start getting ready, and I'm gonna be reading the questions on my laptop, which is here, that you guys have sent in. Like I said, bear with me, but I'm so excited to kind of get a little bit more personal with you guys. You know, y'all are in my bathroom. This is where I shower, and like I go to the bathroom and stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, I'm not doing a get ready with me, like breaking down all my makeup products. Does this look frumpy? Ew. Okay, I'm only wearing sweats because it's cold. You know what? Hold on. This is not cute. I look like a grandma. Be right back. Okay, hey bitches, I'm back. I took off my pants because that wasn't cute, huh? Okay. So, just right off the bat, off the top of my head, one of the first questions was, how do bottle service girls work while pregnant? So that's a really good question. Me personally, obviously, I haven't been pregnant yet while working in the industry, but one thing that I see for my girlfriends that have is they put in sections that are non-smoking sections, and maybe the less more or less crowded one. So I would say that most girls actually work almost throughout their whole pregnancy, which is crazy. And some of them are okay in heels and some of them are not. I think it's really just like personal preference. But when I tell you that there's like the girls out there who work all the way up until like a month before they're ready to like have the baby, it's crazy to me. You guys are seriously super women. Okay, those are my ribs. They're ready. I'll be right back. Okay, hi, I'm back. And I won't leave you guys again because now the ribs are done, so they're gonna sit and I cannot wait to eat them. I do that a lot, especially when I'm getting ready for work. I'll use like my air fryer or oven. It's just nice because then I can come start getting ready. It's about 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here, and I actually have to leave for work by 8:30 tonight. So I really wanted to bring you guys this content before I go in. Okay, so back to bottle girls being pregnant while working. Yes, it's a thing. And yes, like I said, most of them do work all the way up to their pregnancy. For me personally, and like I said, you know, there's nothing wrong with it, but hopefully by the time that I get pregnant, it's within the next couple years and I'm retired out of the industry. Because I don't know, I just feel like by the time I get to that point, that's the chapter in my life I'll be at. Does that make sense? Okay, anywho, enough of that. Next question. Mental health in the industry. How do you maintain the mental health? So, with that being said, it's really hard to work in an environment where I feel like the main hobby is drinking. And like, there's always something going on because there's literally a club open like 7 days a week. And I feel like when you are out here and you have so many friends that are work friends or friends that you were friends with before, it's kind of like there's always somebody's birthday. And so you're really never able to have downtime for yourself unless you're really disciplined. And I would say when I first moved here, like I partied a lot, like almost like every single night. I think I would only like have like 1 to 2 days by myself. I'm actually grateful for quarantine because it reshifted my mindset and it literally like helped me to just be in solitude and be with myself and enjoy stillness. And ever since then, like I haven't really been able to adjust back to like, I can't go out every single night. And I'm not saying I'm old by any means, but that does come with age and just like your priorities, you know, like my priority is to like stack up and obviously get out of the industry. When I first started the industry, it was more of like, I was just like working, somewhat stacking, but I was spending like a lot of money. So to take care of my mental health now, I just make sure that I have more days sober than more days out drinking. And my drinking is like no longer, you know, a binge night. Like it's okay, I get to have a couple cocktails or a couple shots and keep it cute. That being said, you find out who your true friends are when you stop partying. And honestly, like I'm okay with losing friends or people because, you know, you need friends who are going to be there for real life shit. You know, whether you have a parent or a close one or somebody like pass away or that's sick, you know, not just friends that are like, hey, like, let's go turn up every single night. I would say that there's a lot of people in the city that like aren't aware of how much they're, you know, hurting their mental health because all they do is go out and then they wonder why they have anxiety, why they got the DUI, why their life's in shambles. Also, I can say working in the nightclubs, like, or the day clubs, that like you're around people all the time. So like the last thing that you want to do is talk to people because we're literally having to talk to people and entertain guests for our job. And it's a constant ongoing thing. So I like drive home in silence now. You have to really, like I said, you have to have a good balance in like everything, because if you don't, and it's just like your mind is like basically overstimulated, it's going to be very easy and more susceptible to have anxiety, depression, not know how to be alone. Things I also do for mental health is just make sure that I have hobbies outside of like drinking. Because, you know, you should take care of your body, not because you hate your body, but because you love your body. It all goes hand in hand. Like you work out to feel good, to look good, you know? So yes, mental health, good mental health is something that is a little bit more challenging to maintain. But that's where you just, like I said, you've got to have discipline and you've got to ask yourself like, okay, that party was fun. Did I really need to go? Like for me, I'm going out with purpose now. Like if it's for a close friend's birthday, or, you know, if I'm getting, doing like promo work and, you know, companies will pay you to go out, then yeah, I'll go out. Example, you know, like if you're promoting for Corona or something and you're maybe like required to wear a shirt, then, you know, yeah, I would go, but it has to be worth it. Getting good sleep. Like some people think that, you know, oh, I'm gonna go out and party and I'm gonna go to the gym, probably still drunk. Like I don't know why people think that is a productive like thing to show off. It's really not. You're actually like hurting your muscles, so it's just crazy to me. But like I said, you know, it's crazy because I feel like partying is like people's hobby out here. Luckily that's never been me. I am always like excited to come home and come back to my little nest of safety and quiet and peace. Dating life. Where are you at in your dating life currently? And what is your typical type? That's a really good question. I personally choose to be really private, but I do want to be transparent with you guys. Recently, my dating life's on hold. Now, not that I don't have anybody that's, you know, interested. Like, let's not get that confused, okay? It's just that, honestly, I feel like I've kind of dated a few people here and I haven't had like the best experience, or how do I put this? I'm not really interested in dating like most Vegas guys because to me, they're outside boys. I don't want to date an outside boy. I don't care if your accomplishment is like you can chug a whole bottle of Casamigos in a night. To me, that's not cute. While it may be okay for somebody else who maybe just started in the industry and she's a lot younger and she's kind of just looking for like somebody who's a playboy while she's a playgirl, whatever, you know, there's obviously another term for it. But I just don't even find a lot of men in this city attractive anymore, no offense. But a lot of the guys that like I do find attractive are my guy friends, and I already know not to cross that boundary. So currently right now my dating life is on hold because I'm really just focusing on myself. And for me, like if I don't have myself together, like how can I pour into somebody else? And this year was the year that I really learned about myself, like my attachment styles, what I really want in a man. And you know, I've dated several guys that they're not anything that fits like my future. So that would answer that question. And then what's your typical type? Honestly, I really like, well, first of all, let me just rewind. Your taste changes when you're kind of like healing. Let me turn this down a little bit. Your type changes when you're healing and you upgrade your standards and how you want to be treated. Like when girls be like, well, he opens the door for me. Like that's the bare minimum, sis. Like he should be opening the door for you. I'm going to go here a little bit. That way you guys can see me. Sorry about that. But I do like my men a little bit taller. Do I prefer men of color? I would say like, doesn't really matter to me as long as the person has a little bit of swag, but the swag doesn't like take over their identity to where they're like a complete fuckboy, right? I do like a man who takes care of themselves. Their hygiene has to be on point. That's like something that I really can't do is like bad breath. I had an ex-boyfriend and ew. Like we would wake up and his breath just stunk so bad, almost like a dog shit in his mouth. And like, I couldn't even take it. And I don't even care if you see this video because he sucks. He cheated on me. Like he was a freaking loser. So whatever, fuck him. Anywho, we're not gonna go down that road. But honestly, now my type back then was like, I kind of like the boys that played hard to get. I feel like I liked the boys or the guys, whatever, because they definitely weren't men, because men don't act like these idiots do.
but I feel like I liked the guys that were like unavailable, mommy or daddy issues, and like I always wanted to like feel like I could change them or save them. And for what?
Like, shouldn't have to change anybody or save them
from their own like unhealed traumas, you know. All that's gonna do is just like backfire. And that was like a lesson that like I recently learned over the past year. So dating life on hold, just trying to like really build my empire, figure some things out for myself. And honestly, like, does it get lonely? Yeah, all the time. And I do sometimes feel away, like when I see people having babies or like, you know,
doing like mommy things with the other mommies and their kids and like going on trips with their mans. Like, I do yearn for that, but I just keep telling myself that like God has somebody so special for me. And I don't know what you guys believe in, but that's what I believe in. And you know, it's like worth the wait. And like all these heartbreaks that I've gone through, or just like people that didn't work out, like I actually thank every single experience, because honestly, it taught me so much about myself and what I'm not going to be settling for. And now I also like know how to look for like the red flags, you know, in the future. But I'm not a person, like I'm not a serial dater. Like I have friends that are literally like, yeah, like I'm going to dinner with this guy this night and I'm going to dinner with this guy this night. And it's like, for what? Like, some people are pressed for a free dinner. Honestly, I kind of would rather get to know the person a little bit before I go and do the whole awkward, like this is our first time sitting in front of each other and you're spending money on me. Like, that's weird. You know what I mean? So I guess I'm a little picky, and just like lately life has just been very busy. So I don't know. I'm not really sure if it's me. Like maybe it's my fault. I don't know. Just kidding. It's not. It's not my fault.
So yeah, dating life on hold.
What I do want is a grown man, a man who has his priorities straight and things together, his things in order, that like would rather not be in the club turning up, that wants to travel the world, help me invest, help me with like business ideas, like maybe we can open a business together. And I definitely just know that I want somebody that's like compassionate and will just love me unconditionally, because I feel like I have a lot to bring to the table, but whatever I ask for or require from a man, I can bring as well. So I think that also I need to date somebody a little bit older because the young ones, their mental, like their frontal lobe is not fully developed. And if you try to explain something to them, like they just don't get it. And you're like, why? So, but my type, I would say, yes, while I do want to be attracted, because like I'm not going to be like, as long as he treats me right, like absolutely I want somebody who treats me right, but let's just be realistic here. Like I do have to be physically attracted to them, because that's the first thing that you see, you know. So I do like a man taller though, dresses well, good hygiene, kind of out the mix. But that's another thing too, is I'm starting to feel like I don't know if I'm gonna meet somebody maybe until I'm done with the industry, which I'm hoping is within the next year. Don't be sad, I'm gonna cry too. But I mean, I do work in a nightclub.
And so I also think that sometimes my job is hard for, you know, certain men to handle. So I think that's another thing that's really been on my mind too. Okay.
Does everyone re-audition for nightclubs and day clubs? So the answer with that is yes. For most day clubs, it's seasonal. So your season usually starts when the pools open, which is like mid-March, I think, sometimes beginning of March. And then when the season ends, which is usually goes all the way through till Halloween,
you will be required to audition. So like some girls that work the pools, take those few months off, like October, November, December, and then they travel. December is prep time for auditions. Obviously keep that in mind because we'll go through that on future episodes. I've got some great things in store for you guys. But I would say, yes, you do mostly have to audition. Now for nightclubs, for the most part, no, unless you're also a seasonal position. It's technically like the same position as you would be at a day club, like the months like March through October 31st. But you're seasonal, and then it's just like the nightclub, so the day club. So yeah. Personally, I don't like having to re-audition every year. I like the security, for the most part, the job security of being able to work and like, you know, if I need time off, it's not too hard to get time off during the slow season, which slow season out here is November and December. And then it's like right back to busy season, falls to the wall. So. Okay, she's looking cute already. Okay, let's see. I think we are on the last question. Oh, this is a really good one, and this is why I saved it for last. So, someone said, drug use in the industry, not just bottle girls, but in general. Sir. So, I'll be honest, like, okay, alcohol is obviously a drug, and it's one of the worst drugs that you can actually get addicted to, is, you know, what studies show. But from personal experience, or from what I've seen, not personal experience, but like what I've seen, is that when you're somebody that drinks constantly, eventually it turns into the other drugs because the alcohol is just not doing it for you anymore. I think, and you know, I've seen some people get addicted and you didn't even know they had a problem, and then it's unfortunate people pass away, bless their hearts. I think that people use the drugs and alcohol for the most part to like cope, medicate their depression, anxiety, whatever it is that they're trying to run away from. It's actually really sad. As far as like the drug use goes, like I've seen people, you know, get really addicted to, unfortunately, like pain pills. I know that Adderall is a huge thing out here. I wouldn't necessarily say that that's drug use, or is it? Some people do truly need it, but I'll be honest, like when I was working doubles, I couldn't, you know, I was working doubles, so I was working between the pool and the nightclubs, and I couldn't really survive without Adderall, to be honest. And when I weaned off of it, I became so depressed. And then also too, not something that I'm proud of, is when I first moved to the city, I had like terrible body dysmorphia. So when it came to auditions, I would literally like starve myself, and I had no like education on the proper diet to, you know, get abs, etc. So I felt like I tried to use like fat burners, like phentermine. I didn't do it for very long, obviously, but it was not a good time in my life. I was always moody, always cranky. Like even all my friends are like, we can't be friends if you're ever on phentermine again, because I was just crazy. So listen, like I know that there's girls that are gonna watch this like, I can't believe she's saying that. Well, at the end of the day, I don't have to hide. Like this is me, this is the real me. Like what you see is what you get. I'm not here to put on a front or pretend that I'm something that I'm not, you know what I mean? So yeah, that would be, I think that's the last question that we have. Let me see. Yep.
So I hope that answers your guys' questions for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Before we go, don't forget to click that subscribe button below so that you can stay up to date with us. You can also follow our Instagram page at Bottle Girl Diaries, or if you want to get more personal with me, you can follow me at I am Cindy Nansiri, and I will see you guys next time. Bye now. Okay, so real quick before I have to eat and get ready to leave for work, this is my costume from last year. It's actually supposed to be a Powerpuff Girl, and it came with like a cute little short bob wig, but your girl didn't have time for that, and that wig got crazy after last year. I think there's like champagne in it actually. So she's ready for Halloween weekend to go make some money. Again, I thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you have a fun and safe Halloween weekend. Bye now. Yes. What are you? Yes, you're so cute. Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Go, daddy.
Hi, I'm Ikea and I am Raven.
Yes, girl. Okay, purr. Purr. Has anyone seen our sister Blossom?